Dear brothers and sisters, at the outset, let me make it clear that this particular topic is not my own. I came across this topic in the social media and I thought this is worthwhile to share. I don't know the author of this article, but I give due credit to the writer of this article. This article is titled Maths in the Desert. Math in the Desert. This is very true. One of the biggest maths miracles is centered around Moses and the Israelites. In the desert, the Israelites had to get food. And how do you feed 3.5 million people? In the desert, the Israelites had to get food. And how do you feed 3.5 million people? According to the quartermaster general of the American Army, Moses needed 1,500 tons of food daily. 1,500 tons of food daily to feed 3.5 million people. That means he required a 6-kilometer long freight train to transport this food. A 6-kilometer long freight train would be needed to transport the food. And the food had to be cooked. And you must remember that they were in the desert. 4,000 tons of wood would be needed per day to cook food. 4,000 tons of wood would be required per day, and again, imagine a few more freight trains. Approximately 2 kilometers long freight train or freight trains would be required to transport 4,000 tons of wood every day. Something to think about, because the Israelites were in the desert for 40 years. What about water? Just enough to drink and wash up a little, they would need 50 million liters each day. And a freight train of tankers, approximately 19 kilometers long, would be needed to bring the water. Just enough to drink and wash up a little, they would require 50 million liters of water each day. And to transport so much of water, you require 19 kilometers long freight train with tankers for the train. And as said earlier, they were in the desert with only a few waterholes of water. And how did they get enough water? Another thing, they had to pass through the Red Sea. If they had a footpath where they walked two at a time, the line would be 1,280 kilometers long, and it would take them 35 days and nights to pass through. If they walked two at a time, the line would be 1,280 kilometers long, and it would take them 35 nights and days to pass through. So there must have been a footpath, or there must have been a path in the Red Sea that was about 5 kilometers wide for 5,000 people to be able to walk beside each other in one go. The path in the Red Sea might have been 5 kilometers wide for 5,000 people to walk one beside the other to go in one stretch, in one night. Another problem, they had to camp every night. A camping site of 1,200 square meters was needed. That is 40 kilometers wide and 48 kilometers long. A camping site as wide as 40 kilometers and as long as 48 kilometers was needed for these Israelites to camp each night. Do you think Moses had it all worked out to the finest detail before the big move? No. He was an ordinary man with an unwavering faith in God. God would take care of everything. Come, take courage, you with all your problems. Guess what? We serve the same God. He has never changed. And if He could resolve Moses' problems, He would resolve your problems also. All we need is an unwavering faith in God. Let us take heart from this maths in the desert miracle and revive our faith in God. May God bless you.